We all know Mike Tomlin loves bringing in the family bloodlines to the Steelers, but right now he's feeling a little bit down because one, he missed out on the Edmonds brothers reunion, but also he's missing the Watt stone in his family bloodlines Infinity Gauntlet because Derek is still currently a free agent. And on top of that, JJ Watt just retired, so he can't even bring him in as a replacement. So with the uncertainty surrounding the Watt stone and if it'll ever come back, Mike T tried to pull a fast one yesterday by signing a guy by the last name of Watts. It's either Tomlin didn't think Pittsburghers would notice because we're always adding S's to proper nouns and companies all over the place, like Giant Eagles and Panera's. Did you know Panera's isn't actually Panera's? It's just Panera. So it's either that, thinking Yinzers wouldn't notice and just think, oh yeah, we got another Watt in the house. Or Mike Tomlin has turned full Yinzer himself and saw the name Watts and thought TJ had a cousin. But unfortunately, I'm sorry to inform you, Coach T, based off my reporting here at Big Deke News, I believe my sources are accurate. Our new Steelers signee is not related to TJ Watt. So your family Infinity Gauntlet remains with only 2 stones. Now you can recall Thanos still did work with only 2 stones in the Avengers movie. So Tomlin can still make things happen, but there's no doubt he's still eyeing up the NFL draft for more power-ups. But yes, yesterday the Steelers did add to their roster another defensive lineman, former Minnesota Viking, and also former Chicago Bear, Armon Watts. Earlier this offseason, Cam Hayward asked for additional help on the D-line, and so far his wish has been granted.
We need some D-line help. Still got to sign some guys there because we don't have a lot of guys on the D-line front as it is. I know we signed Larry back, but we're trying to get some pieces back, so we'll see on that.
And based off my early research, Watts seems like a quality pickup. Appeared in 57 games for his 4-year career, starting in 22 of them. 12 of those starts came last year with the Chicago Bears and 2021 with the Vikings. Had a 5-sack season, also 46 total tackles, and then 10 QB hits. I also looked a little bit further into why he went from the Vikings to the Bears, because typically that doesn't happen too often with interdivision rivals, especially with Watts becoming kind of the starter for the Vikings at the defensive tackle position. So what happened was he was listed as that going into the 2022 offseason, and then he got cut at the end of preseason, and it was a surprise cut, according to former teammate Patrick Peterson, now current teammate with the Steelers. Yeah, he was mainly surprised because he thought Watts was a pretty good player.
How surprising was it to see Armon Watts get released and get this? The Bears scooped him real fast. How surprising was that?
It definitely sent some waves in the locker room. A lot of guys was, surprised by the move, but those things are out of our control. A lot of things could have came behind that move. We don't know. But the good thing about him, he got, he have an opportunity to still showcase his talent. He's a very good D tackle. He got a lot of good potential in his league. And I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to flourish.
So I don't think you can ask for much more when you're talking just bringing in a guy for defensive line depth. This guy has experience, has some starts under his belt, and is relatively young. He's 26 right now, going to turn 27 when the season starts. Perfect backup for Cam Hayward and Larry Ogunjobi. Also perfect competition for the young guys like DeMarvin Leal and Isaiah Loudermilk. All around, good signing. I don't think there's any complaints to be had here. I got to assume, though, we're not going to be addressing defensive line now early in the draft unless we're really going all in, like we're trying to do the 0 RB strategy in fantasy football, except in real life, and we're talking in the trenches, just specifically for O-line and D-line, and forgetting wide receiver and cornerback. Who knows? Aside from that, though, another thing I have a question about is, are we just signing guys that are represented by this agency? It seems like these are the only Photoshopped social media posts I see every time the Steelers make a move. Dude's got the Steelers organization apparently in a vice grip. I don't know what he has on Omar Khan and the Rooneys, but just look to see who's left available in this guy's agency roster, and it's safe to assume the Steelers might be interested in them going forward for the rest of the offseason. But that's it for this edition of Big Deke News on a Tuesday. Let me know what you guys think of this Armon Watts signing down below in the comments. Hope you enjoyed. Stay chilling, and peace.